Okay, it's another beautiful day to discuss football in the year of our Lord. And today our focus is on Arsenal Football Club, a club that has come second position back to back in the English Premier League. And this club, their fan base, they parade themselves as the Madrid of English football. I don't know the confidence we then get, but I'm going to tell Arsenal fans when they watch, when they follow our programs. I'm not trying to belittle you guys or insult you guys, but the truth still remains the fact. Say Arsenal Football Club isn't a big club. Quote me anywhere. Not a big club. You can brag about winning the 2023-2024 EPL season, going unbeaten, no problem. But when you want to discuss with the big boys, what do you present on the table? Nothing. No Champions League to talk about, no Europa to talk about. And every year, always have a new story to talk about. Just like Patrice Eva said, Arsenal is like Netflix. You always come back to watch a new season.
Every season.
And now this is going to be Mikel Arteta's sixth year as a manager of Arsenal Football Club in the year 2026. Netflix.
There's always another season.
Always another season to talk about. So now, this year Arsenal came second. And every time they've been talking about Champions League football and how they want to face Real Madrid, how they believe they're going to do this, they're going to do that. The Champions League they should be focusing on is the Real Madrid they were praying for. And as God may have it, they gave them Real Madrid. Yes, they played very well, won both legs, home and away, sent Madrid packing. But after that, what happened? They lost out to PSG. The same club they defeated in the group stage, 2-0 at Emirates. But thankfully for them, luckily for them, there's no second leg. They escaped that one. But today is about Arsenal. I don't see how a club like Arsenal, with the claims they did big, would they settle for less every now and then. They're like a mediocre club, if I'm going to put it that way. There's always an excuse to back up the every failure we then get. I know you are the Chelsea fan and you have a lot to say. What do you have to say about Arsenal under Mikel Arteta? Do you think he's the man to lead them to glory land? Or you should start looking for a manager that's going to give them back that glory days?
Well, let me first start with saying Mikel Arteta did a wonderful job stabilizing the club.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think he's that man that's going to take them to that place that they see themselves winning trophies. Well, yeah, I think he won 2 FA Cups for them.
2 FA Cups, that's what they brag about.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing because that's the major achievement Mikel Arteta can actually do for Arsenal. But taking them to Champions League or winning the Premier League, I don't see him. Because let's use this season as an example. This Premier League season was one of the worst seasons for Liverpool. Liverpool
Man
for
City,
Man City,
Chelsea, Manchester United.
For the big
five.
It is only Liverpool that did well, and Arsenal cannot even compete with them.
With a lesser point,
Arsenal cannot even compete. I think there was a 10-point gap between Arsenal and Liverpool. So, and it's always like that every season. They complain. If only. So I don't think Mikel Arteta is that club that's going to take Arsenal to that place that they see themselves to.
All right, thank you very much. I was watching an interview Arteta granted some 2 weeks ago, and he was asked what was the major reason for them losing the title to Liverpool, and he blamed it on injury. Last season, he blamed it on injury. This season, he also blamed it on injury. Then going forward, they asked him, what do you want to give the fans next season? He did not mention that they're going to win the league. And even when he was given the excuse of injury, he said if the injuries didn't come, they would have been close, not even win the league. So he doesn't speak with confidence whenever and he's always bragging about these little trophies, FA Cup, the FA Cup. That's not what a club like Arsenal is claiming to be a big club should be talking about. FA Cup, yes, a good trophy, but we are talking about major titles. That thing that will make you come to and discuss with the big boys on the big boys table. That's what they're talking about. Arsenal cannot play FIFA World Club Cup. Not because. But you need to win the Champions League to be there. Even with the new format that's going to entertain a lot of big players, a lot of big teams, a lot of big teams. It's a 1-month tournament now. They've changed the format. Arsenal cannot find themselves there. I know how many young Arsenal fans have not seen their team win a major title in their lifetime. A lot. a lot. And I will keep telling Arsenal fans, Mikel Arteta, yes, has done well by instilling that fear and bring that fear factor back into the team. But to the glory land where you have to compete for title and win the league and defend it the next year, go to the Champions League, not just cause some kind of problem, but win the Champions League and come back the next year and win the Champions League again, or probably go to the Europa and win it. Mikel Arteta is not that kind of guy. Arsenal have spent over $800 million in 5 years. $800 million. What did they win? Absolutely nothing.
So I think I saw that interview where Ateta was saying injury and claiming they won trophy, they won community shield. I think it's a shame for a
A big
coach
shame.
like Ateta claiming community shield as a trophy. That is one. Number two is there is no team that have won trophies. There is no season that you tell me that a particular team doesn't have injury crisis.
It's a natural
Liverpool,
phenomenon.
name that team. Even PSG that's in the final, Inter Milan that's in the final, they all had injury
Injury
crisis. So
problems.
that's not an excuse for a coach like Ateta that's been managing Arsenal for like 6 seasons. And moreover, his philosophy is also I don't know. Ateta keeps buying defenders and midfielders.
Defensive midfield.
I
Oh,
don't,
what are you defending?
I don't know what is his problem. I don't know why a coach like Ateta, you know your problem is strikers scoring goals for you, but you end up buying. I heard he has signed
Zubimendi.
another midfielder.
Yeah.
You have Partey in the midfield.
You have
You
Declan
have Rice.
Rice. You have Odegaard.
You did
You
not
have
even you did not even think of
Merino.
a forward striker or a winger, a striker, or maybe somebody that was going to give Martinelli a problem. No, for me, Martinelli is not even it.
He's a secondary school winger.
I don't think Martinelli is it. You are not even thinking of working on that aspect. You are still bringing in another midfielder. So for me, Ateta is not it. Ateta, no.
Now
Ateta is
you
not
made
it.
one point about Martinelli. Now let's go to their main man, Saka. Every time this young man goes out on a lengthy injury spell, you see Arsenal dropping points when they should be winning, meaning he's the heart of the team. Now, what is the competition for him in the team? There's no replacement
There's no competition,
at all.
no replacement,
It means you're
no backup,
waiting, you're praying to God that every season make this man just stay fit.
no backup, no competition, nothing.
Nothing.
Just him and vibe and say, oh, we just pray. Not. I think Ateta in that aspect is just like Nigeria. Sorry to say, we where everything is, we just say, oh, God will do it.
God will do it.
I think that's what Ateta is doing to us now too. In
At
that
some
aspect.
point, the investors will get tired because you cannot invest heavily and you come and present a community shield trophy to them, EFL and FA Cup.
But I think they're enjoying it though. Because
No, they're not
how
enjoying it.
we no, even Arsenal fans they are used to it.
They are pretending.
Let me say Arsenal fans are used to failure. Or
Failure.
they are used to
Tell them.
they are used to coming second. Arsenal fans are used to coming second, they are used to failures because they don't complain. I'm sure if Ateta would have been a coach of a Chelsea, a coach of a Man City, he would have been long gone.
A long time
A
ago.
long time. But they're enjoying it. The investors are enjoying it. The owners of the club, they're enjoying it. They see it as an achievement because even before Ateta came, when was the last time they won a trophy? I think it was a very, very long time. So, yeah, they're enjoying it.
Now, this
So
brings me
that's the
to
philosophy of the club.
one point about Ateta that I noticed. He's not a manager that can manage big stars. And if you want to succeed in a big club, as they claim to be, you must build your team around some well-known, experienced stars. You don't just come and every little thing you are having issues with one major player in the team and he's gone. The next minute you are bringing a youth. You can mix experience with youth and you give you the good results. Look at Odegaard last season was a midfield maestro. This season, what happened? He shut off himself. I know how many times it is very rare to see an Arsenal fan or Arsenal fans, wherever you go to watch football, sit down and criticize their players like they did to Odegaard this season. This season, as in they almost crucified the young man. And he was below par, to be very, very honest. But you will not blame him. He went on an lengthy injury spell, and there was no competition. He came back, took his place immediately, and started playing. Normally, when you go that long, you come back, you start from the bench, and you start building up because there's a replacement. Now look at Liverpool for example. When you take out a Zoboslai, you bring in a Curtis Jones, it gives you the same results. When you take out a McAllister and bring in Gravenberch, it gives you the same results. That's what they call healthy competition. Whenever you pull out one person and bring in the next person, it is still the same result you're going to get. Most times you see Ateta losing a game, the kind of sub when they do. You have a Martinelli that is tired on the pitch. Then you have a winger like Raheem Sterling. Yes, he might not be that Raheem Sterling we used to know, but there's still a fear factor. Bring him in. You now remove Martinelli, where you go down and bring in a Merino.
To be honest, I was very surprised when I heard the transfer between Chelsea and Arsenal that Arsenal signed Sterling on loan.
Yeah,
I never thought Sterling would be going to a club like Arsenal.
Arsenal.
For what? Like, it's just like Sterling that Arsenal were doing better than Chelsea, right?
Yeah.
And Chelsea told Sterling that you're not good enough for this team. So
Surplus requirement.
yes, so I'm so surprised that Arsenal took him up. Let's even leave that by the side. Arteta, I think the problem he has, the main figure in his team that are helping him get something. I don't think he has like a backup. Let's not even say
There's no
replacement.
backup.
There's no backup for them. Once if Saka is injured, that's the end.
That's the end.
Odegaard is injured, that's the end. No backup. The so-called Martinelli, I think Trossard once in a while he does one or two things, but still that's not good enough if Arsenal actually wants to win something good. I know they've spent a whole lot of money for their defense and their midfield, which is very good, but their attack no is very very poor, and that is one thing Arteta needs to really invest in. At least he bought in a Kai Havertz. I don't know if Kai Havertz is a striker, if Kai Havertz is a midfielder or a winger. I don't even know the one is like his best position. But you cannot bring in a Kai Havertz and use him as a striker.
And use him as your main striker.
For the first time, they say for the first time, I don't know the years, no Arsenal players has double figures in goals.
In goals, yeah.
So how will you have this set of players and expect to win something tangible? You can't. You can't win anything. You always come second, third, or fourth. That's the best thing you get.
And at
always come first, second, or third.
At this point, it's already a lifestyle for Arsenal. Even their fans, whenever you see them, they know they come first.
Yeah, they are used to it.
Sorry, I'm not insulting Arsenal fans,
no,
but it's the truth.
To be honest, that is truth. You Arsenal fans, you know it. You are used to coming second, third, or fourth.
Coming second is a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle.
They are used to it.
But if this is a message to Arsenal fans, I'm putting it to you guys. I don't know the morale booster you have. I don't know who is pushing that, who they push on a problem, because a problem will not be, to me, it's a big problem. You are not on that level that they claim to be. Beautiful football, young talented footballers, but it is beyond that to be called a big football club. You must back it up with achievements, trophies, big games. Aside the fact that Arsenal played Real Madrid this year, when was the last time Arsenal played a big team in the continent?
I think they played Inter Milan.
Yeah, this same season. Inter Milan this season and Madrid this season. When was the last time they played a big team like this in the continent? They're always out of the Champions League group stage round of 16. That's it.
Exactly.
So it is. You have teams like Madrid every season. They face big teams. You have teams like Liverpool in England. You have teams like even Chelsea. Whenever they've won the Champions League twice, and the year they won the Champions League, twice they won the Champions League, they faced tough opposition. Right. Now these are teams that can come to the big boys table and brag about something because we saw evidence there. Now I go ask Arsenal fan, you get evidence say you win the European title. You go say they don't have evidence, but they've won it before. 1955. They won it an European title when there was no UEFA.
They cannot even.
There was no official body.
Currently, they cannot even talk where Tottenham is talking.
They cannot talk.
That's the truth.
Because there's evidence to
cannot even talk
or to back up any claim that they won an European title.
They can't.
Madrid are the highest holders of Champions League title with 14. That same tournament Arsenal won in 1955. Madrid took part in that tournament. But it is not in their record because they've won other important tournaments under a recognized body, UEFA. When you won that tournament in 1955, there was no UEFA. It was like an inter-club competition. You just come and prepare yourself between teams from other countries, from European countries. But then it was not an official tournament. There was no official body governing that competition. It was like a preparation. But they always brag about it that they've won a European title. But it is nothing. None of your fans get proof, say they don't win title before.
Arsenal
the major title.
Arsenal not even if you come to say they are the pride of London.
No.
They cannot even say they are the pride of London.
They might be the oldest, but no.
Talk less of the pride of Premiership.
No.
Or no. See, I think Arsenal fans, they are just used to coming second or not winning anything.
It's the lifestyle.
When failure becomes part of it becomes a norm. Every season for years. So it has become part of them. It has become their culture. So that is why when the fans when they beat Real Madrid, they thought they've won it
They've
all.
won it all.
They thought
That was their Champions League, actually.
so that is it.
That's their
So
Champions League
that
because
is
they'll be clamoring for
if you
Madrid.
chat with an Arsenal fan now, if you ask them a
What did I do
question,
this year?
they'll tell you they
That
beat
means we'll beat
Madrid.
Madrid.
They tell you they beat Manchester United. They tell you they beat Liverpool. That is the only thing they brag about. You hardly see an Arsenal fan say, "Oh, we've won so trophy, we've done so thing." No, that is why their coach, even their coach, could come out and say, "Oh, I've won Community Shield." That's very ridiculous.
Not very, very
I
wrong.
never hear that before. Make coach they brag about Community Shield. What is that? What is that? And the fans are okay. They are happy about it. Imagine a Pep Guardiola comes out and brag about Community Shield. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Shame go there in face.
Exactly. But for Arsenal, it's a culture. Like, yes, it's a very good trophy for them. So yeah, I don't blame them. So that's their culture, and they will always come second. That is it. Nothing for them.
So Arsenal fans, where they watch us, we don't mean to insult you guys. We're always stating the fact. Come out, win the UEFA Champions League, win a major trophy. Come out and defend the Premier League. The last time you won the Premier League was 21 years ago, 2004 season. Yes, unbeaten. Good results. But a lot of your young fans don't have any evidence of Arsenal lifting a major trophy. They cannot brag about a major trophy. So if you cannot brag about a major trophy, don't talk about being part of the big boys. So until we meet again, this is the Refined Football Podcast Show. Thank you for watching. Share and like. God bless you.